Shalom, shalom, Israel. First off, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. It's all honor and glory to the Most High God through His Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? Just want to come and do a quick video, quick cold cut, man, right? Well, first, I want to give a hearty shalom to the sincere Akwat and Akim out there that's doing everything they can to magnify the name of the Lord and to do everything they can to make the call of election sure in these last days. And of course, I want to give a hearty shalom to the mighty children out there that's reverencing their parents and doing all they can to reverence the Lord as well. And I always want to give double honors to the elect elders that's been pushing this word of sincerity and faith for many years, man. Right? So this is going to be a very quick video. It's not going to be a long video through the spirit. Very quick video on another one of the strongholds on our people, man, which is what did Christ come to fulfill, right? And do we still keep sacrifices, right? Because you got two things that really intertwine with each other. Because when you go out and you teach people they got to keep the law, the very next thing they say is, oh, well, do you still sacrifice, right? So we're going to go through what Christ fulfilled to tear that stumbling block down. And then we're going to go through if we still do sacrifices, man, right, through the spirit. So let's get in it, man. It's the book of 2 Corinthians. Start off with this opening precept. It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to pulling down of strongholds, right? Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringing into captivity every thought to obedience of a Mashiach, right? So we doing what? Through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, we pulling down the strongholds, man, right? We going into the scriptures, we dabbling in the precepts, we diving into the precepts, and we pulling down the strongholds, man, right? Let's go to the book of Matthew, right? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, right, in verse 17. And it reads, think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have come not to destroy, but to fulfill. So Christ says right there, he didn't come to destroy, right? To destroy is to tear down, to take away with, to take away. To fulfill is to do, right? So he said, I did not come to destroy, but I came to fulfill, right? So he didn't come to take away the law, to tear the law down or the prophets. He came to fulfill, right? But he also gives us insight on what exactly he came to fulfill, man, right? Let's go to the book of Luke. Right. And we got to go back and retouch on these things, man, because it's new people coming into the faith every day, man. And they come into the faith. And then these are the strongholds that they got to deal with, man. Right. And for brothers that's teaching, you got to know how to deal with these things as well, man. Right. It's the book of Luke, chapter 24. Right. In verse 44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you, well, while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which are written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. So the things that had to be fulfilled were the things written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning Yahushua. That's what he came to fulfill, right? Let's get one more. Let's go to the book of Acts. It's the book of Acts, chapter 3 and verse 18. But those things which Yahweh before has showed by the mouth of all his prophets, that Hamashiach should suffer, he has so fulfilled, right? So the things written in the prophets that he should suffer, he fulfilled that, right? So the book of Luke, chapter 24 and 44 says all the things, I'm gonna read it again. These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses, right? Let's go to the law of Moses. Right, it's the book of Deuteronomy. Right, let's start at 101 to get context of whose law this is, man. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on the side of Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran, Tophar, Laban, Hazeroth, and Dizahab. Right? So these are the words of Moses. This is the law of Moses, right? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and verse 18. And it reads, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. Right? So what? Salakia. In the book of Psalms, the book of Deuteronomy, the law of Moses, it was prophesied that a prophet like unto his brethren, right, will be raised up, man. Right? And he will speak all the words of the Most High. Right? Salakia, bear with me. Salakia, right? So Moses prophesied that a prophet like unto our brethren will be raised up unto us, man. Right? And he was put his words in his mouth, and we literally got to do all that he commands us, man. Right? And who was that? Let's go to the book of John. Right? It's the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 24. He that loveth me, not keepeth not my sayings. The word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father which sent me. Right? So that's plain. So Deuteronomy 18 and 18 is talking about Yahweh Shai, right? And Yahweh Shai had to come and fulfill this. This is one of the things that Yahweh Shai had to fulfill. He had to fulfill the prophecy that was written of him in the law of Moses, man. Right? So that's one of the things he fulfilled right there. What else he said? He said what? In the prophets, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Right? The mighty book of Isaiah, man. Go to Isaiah 53. Right? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 53. And I'm going to start at 2. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and a root out of dry ground. He had no form nor comeliness, and when ye shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. And he hid as it were our faces from him, and we hid as it was our faces from him. He was despised, and he was esteemed not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of Yahweh, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed, man. Right? This is talking about Yahweh Shai. This is something in the prophets that were written of him that he had to come and fulfill, man. He came and fulfilled that, man. He bore our griefs, man. Right? He was stricken for us, man. He was wounded for our transgressions. So there's another thing that Christ had to come and fulfill. This is in the prophets. This is in the book of Isaiah, man. Right? Right? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of Yahweh, right? And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Yahweh, and he shall not judge after the spirit of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness shall he judge, right? This is talking about Yahweh Shai, man. He's that root that grew out of Jesse, right? Let's get another one. Let's go to the book of Micah. Book of Micah, chapter 5 and verse 1. Now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops. he hath laid siege against us, that they shall smite the judge of Israel with the rod upon the cheek. But thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth have been from old of everlasting. Right? So who was born in Bethlehem? Right? That is to be ruler. What man was born in Bethlehem? Did Christ fulfill that? Let's find out. All right, let's get that. Right? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 2 and verse 1. Right? I'm going to start at 1 and 25. And knew her not, still she had brought forth her firstborn son, and he called his name Yahushua. Now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem, chapter 2, now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod, the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. So what? Yahushua, he fulfilled that thing, man. He was born in Jerusalem. These are the things that he had to fulfill. These are the things that he had to come and do, man. So he didn't come and, destroy the damn law, man. He came and fulfilled these prophecies prophesied about him by the prophets, man. Right? And he came and fulfilled the thing that was written to him in the law of Moses, man. Right? And he came and fulfilled the things in Psalm, man. Right? That he should suffer, man. Right? In Isaiah 53, did it not talk about him being stricken of men? In Micah chapter 5 and 1, did it not talk about him being smitten with the rod upon the cheek, man? Right? Suffering, man. It's the book of Psalms. Right? Chapter 22 and verse 16. It says, what? For dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierce my hands and my feet. Right? I may tell all my bones, they look around and stare upon me, right? So whose hands and feet did they pierce, man? Whose garment did they part? It's Yahushua, man. They pierced his hands and his feet on the damn cross. He had to fulfill that thing, man. That's why he did these things. He knew he had to do them. That's why he bore griefs. That's why he went and he wept, man, in the garden, man, right? And said, if it be thy will, let this cup pass from me, man. Because he knew these things was coming, because it was written that it was going to happen. And he had to fulfill those things. That's why he said, not that I will, but thy will, man. Because it was the will of the Father. It was already prophesied and written. And he had to come and fulfill these things, man. These are the things that Christ fulfilled, man. Right? There's many more things, but this is for the sake of time, just going through a couple just to prove the point, man. That he didn't come and destroy the law. He came to fulfill the things written of him in the law and in the Psalms and in the prophets concerning him. And we just went through accounts of each one, man. We went through an account of the law of Moses in Deuteronomy 18, right? We went through an account we went to 2 accounts in Isaiah, and we went to another account in Micah, and now we're in an account in Psalms, man. And he fulfilled all these things, right? Shalaki. Right. So with that, brothers should be able to jot that down, reteach it, whatever they got to do, admonish somebody with that, because that's a stumbling block to a lot of our people. They read Matthew 5 and 17 and they literally think that it means, hey, Christ fulfilled the law. We can do what we want. No, it's not what's going on, man. Right. It's not what he fulfilled. Luke 24 and 44. Let me read it one more time. Makes it clear. Right, read that one more time, and we're gonna move on to the next point, man. All right, it's the book of Luke, chapter 24, and verse 44, and it reads, and he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me, right? So this is what the things he fulfilled. And we just went through those accounts, right? So with that, we're going to move on, right? So the next part of the video that I'm doing, right, is do we still sacrifice? Because after we go through that whole Matthew thing, the next thing that these scoffers say is, do you still sacrifice? Do you still got to sacrifice? Hey, man, you damn right we still sacrifice, man. You damn right we still sacrifice, man. Let's get that. We still sacrifice, man. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 4 and verse 5. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in Yahweh, man. right? That's a sacrifice, man. Righteousness is a sacrifice, right? Let's go to the book of Sirach. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 31. It's 31 I want. It's like it, nah. The book of Sirach, chapter 35 and verse 1. He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough. He that taketh heed to the commandment offereth a peace offering. He that requireth a good turn offereth fine flour. And he that giveth alms sacrifices praise, man. That's plain, man. And that when he threw peace offering, fine flour, and the sacrifices of praise, man. So we still doing this thing, man. We still doing this thing to this day, man. Right? It's the book of Psalms. Hey, things just moved into a spiritual manner, man, after Yahweh Shai, right? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 54, right? In verse 6, I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name, O Lord, for it is good. I will freely sacrifice unto thee. I will praise thy name. The sacrifice of praise, man, right? Psalms 107, man. Right, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 107 and verse 22. And let them sacrifice the sacrifices of thanksgiving and declare his works with rejoicing. I'm going to read up. Verse 21. Oh, that men would praise Yahweh for his goodness and for his wonderful works and the children of men. And let them sacrifice the sacrifices of thanksgiving and declare his works with rejoicing, man. Right? It didn't say, kind of get the cattle, right? No, man. You sacrifice to the Lord with praise. You sacrifice to the Lord with righteousness. You sacrifice to the Lord with alms, man. Those are sacrifices. Those are all forms of sacrifices, right? The book of Hebrews, man. Mighty book of Hebrews. It's the book of Hebrews. It's one of my favorite ones right here. Right? It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 15. But by him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to Yahweh continually. That is in the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. Right? So we are offering the sacrifice of praise continually to the Lord, man. So when them scoffers come up and they say, well, do you still sacrifice? Yeah, come on, we do, man. We do. We do still sacrifice, man. Right? It's the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, brethren. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service, man. Right? So even when we go out there and we labor in the name of the Lord, man, we're still presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice unto the Lord, man. So yeah, we still sacrifice, man. Right? We still do this thing, man. Nothing is done away with, man. Everything is still doing everything. The law endured forever, man. Right? It endured forever. It just moved to another way. And it was spiritual in the past too, man. We just don't gotta physically, kind of go slaughter a damn lamb, kind of go slaughter a damn goat, man, right? Because Yahweh's blood covered that. But we still gotta offer sacrifices and peace offerings unto the Lord, man. Right? It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 2. And walk in love as Mashiach also hath loved us, and hath given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to Yahweh for a sweet smelling flavor, man. Right? Yahweh did that, man. Right? He was that precious lamb. So now our sacrifices are purely spiritual, but nonetheless, we still sacrifice. We still do. Right? So hey, man, don't let the scoffers come to you with their folly, man, because they're gonna come with their folly. The moment you prove to them you got to keep the law, the very next question they say is, do you still sacrifice? Do you still got to sacrifice? Well, you still sacrificing? That's the very next thing that they say. And hey, now you can cut that. Yeah, we do. And go right to the precepts, man. Kind of confound them. Right? It's the book of Philippians chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at 16. Holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Hamashiach, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Yeah, and if I be offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with you all. For the same cause also do ye joy and rejoice with me. Right? So that sacrifice is what? His labor, man. Like it said in the book of Romans chapter 12, man. Right? Present your body as a living sacrifice. Right? He literally sacrificed through his labor. That's a major sacrifice, man. So yeah, we still sacrifice to the Lord in this thing, man. Right? So with that, I said it wouldn't be a long video. Lord willing, somebody is edified, somebody was edified, or somebody will be edified by the video in the coming days, man. Lord willing, right? Shalom.